Hello and welcome back to another video. We're going to do something a little different today. Now, outside of when I'm just winging it with games, I do play some other ones, and sometimes I even finish them. And I thought, because I put all that time into them, I might as well at least talk about them. So with that, we need a new segment. And what is it called?
I just beat this game, so how was it?
Alright, so the game that I finished just recently is called Stick It to the Man. Now this is the PS4 version, as you can see, but it was on other things such as the Wii U digitally, but the PS4 has the only physical release, which is something I've noticed across the board. The PS4 gets a lot of physical releases, which is nice, and I love it. So how was this game? It's really fun. It's got a wonderful story. It's definitely unique to itself. And basically you are a guy who gets hit by falling cargo, more or less, from an airplane. And inside this cargo is like a little alien guy, and he has the power to telepathically grab things and read minds and stuff like that. And this is usually done in the form of a sticker. So you make your way through different areas. Like first you're trying to go home, and let's say the road's blocked, and the guy who's blocking the road says, "Oh, I'm hungry, blah 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 blah." So you go around, you find somebody who's eating, or somebody's doing something with food, and you read their mind. They're thinking about food. Food will pop out of their head. You grab that, go back, give the guy food inside of his mind. He's happy. Or sometimes you actually give it to him in person. Like the things you pull out of people's minds become real, and of course you move on. Now the story is the man is after you, trying to steal back this alien creature, because as far as we can tell, it was actually supposed to go to them, so the man actually can have the powers himself. So there's agents always chasing after you, and you go through all the levels. Sometimes you'll even see little cutscenes from the man. Now your character doesn't really know what's going on, and at one point he goes to see a psychiatrist, and he basically calls him crazy, and they go into like some deep hypnosis kind of thing, and you end up inside of your character's mind. You do adventures through there. You get locked up in a mental asylum. You have to break out. Eventually you end up in space, all that sort of thing. Now the game itself isn't terribly long. There's only 10 chapters, and you could probably, if you put a lot of dedication, you could finish it in one sitting. You could even 100% it in one sitting. And you know, it doesn't have to be long. For the story that it wrote, it played out perfectly. There's a nice narrative to balance out the gameplay and all that kind of stuff. So from here, there's going to be some spoilers because I want to talk about the rest of the story. This is your last chance. Too late. So the way this game finishes off, after you get locked up, secretly the man is chasing you. He wants to get his thing back from your mind, and you escape the mental asylum, you escape his grasp, but eventually you do get caught by the man, and you get taken up into space where he's pulling out your powers and he's trying to put it into himself. And in order for him to really trick you to get you captured, he kidnaps your girlfriend in, I think, part 9, and you find her, and then part 10 is when he takes you up to space. And basically you trick him by his mother, who is a robot at this point, and you trick him by giving her embarrassing stories that she's telling everybody, and he comes in and they have a big fight, and she's going to self-destruct because, you know, he doesn't respect her, he doesn't care about her or anything along those lines. It's kind of a funny ending. The whole game's kind of funny. And then after the self-destruct does happen, which unlike most games, the countdown, it's not real. They said, oh, you have 120 seconds, but it's not really counted, which is good because I hate games where there's an actual countdown because it's just too much stress. When it does explode, you happen to escape on an intergalactic taxi, and it takes you back home. Your alien friend does leave your mind. He goes back home, and of course, eventually he does write to you, just kind of seeing how you are, and basically asks you to come visit if you ever invent space travel, you know, all that kind of stuff. So overall, this game is very fun. Like I said, it's not terribly long. I think I got this for under $10 used. You can still get it digitally. I believe the digital version is only like $10. And you definitely owe it to yourself to try this. If you can find a physical copy, definitely go for that, just because unlike most games these days, it actually comes with a manual. Now, it's not something massive or anything, but it is in color. It does have artwork, as you can see some of the characters here, but it's, it's only like 4 pages long. Yeah, that's about it. 4 pages. Now, I hope one day there is a sequel. But as far as it looks, there isn't going to be. This company has made other games too, so, check out some of their other ones. But as a brief recap, Stick It to the Man is an excellent game, an excellent indie game that deserves a lot more attention, deserves a physical release on everything, and it's a good action platformer with plenty of humor to keep you going and interested in the storyline. I can't recommend this game enough. So if you have a PS4, you have anything that can play this game, definitely get it, and I'll see you next time.